Yo, what's going on, people? King Riches back again with another video. Yeah, hey, listen up. This is going to be a very important live stream. A lot of guys do not understand the game that they're playing. They don't understand the players that they're playing with. Uh, a lot of black guys in particular are lost in the sauce, and I'm here to free your mind. And I want to start this video with this. I have dated black women. I've dated white women. I've dated mixed race women. I've been entangled with Asian women. Well, South Asian anyway, as in Indian. I've dated or messed around with Eastern European women, American, UK obviously. Like I've done a lot out there, and that's not to brag. And I have gathered a lot of information through my escapades, right? And I've gathered a lot of information from my brothers out there, yeah? And what I've come to the conclusion, well, the conclusion I've come to is that there's a lot of patterns that form, yeah? But a lot of you guys out there, you don't really have that much experience with different types of women from different backgrounds and in different locations. So a lot of you guys, you believe what you are told on the internet by various different characters. You believe what rappers and pro athletes show you on the TV and on your phone. But the reality is a lot different. And the fact of the matter is that as a black man, you will find that majority of women, period, whether they're black or white or whatever, are probably not into you like that, especially if you are more on the average side. Now, I know that I'm going to get a lot of comments from black guys that are going to say that everything I'm saying is wrong. They're going to say that, black guys are the most sought after, we are the most chased by all women, etc., etc. But these guys are very much delusional, right? Or these are black guys who have won the genetic lottery. These are black guys who they are probably the top 10% looks guys on the planet, right? But even with that being said, even if you are a Tyrone who won the genetic lottery with your face and your looks and your build and your willy, right? You're still not going to be able to beat your white counterpart. Yes, Chad will be able to do more in dating than Tyrone will. Chad will appeal to a larger market than Tyrone will. And I think that we need to just really be honest. And when we are honest and we look in the mirror and then we look at the game that we're playing and we understand the players that we're playing with, we can actually win the game more consistently. We can maneuver and we can save time, because at the same time, a lot of time, because a lot of times men will waste time on women that don't like them. You'll waste time in environments that don't work for you. And this is valuable time because it's the only commodity you can never make back. You can make money, you can waste money, simping on women and stuff like that, and you can make that money back. But time is something that you can't get back. It's gone forever. And that's why I periodically make these kind of videos, because I'm a black man and I know how it feels to be black. I know how it feels to be an ethnic minority. I've always known how it feels, and I always will know how it feels, unless I go and emigrate to a fully black country, right? And my experience is specific to the West, and the West is predominantly where most of the dating and relationship problems reside. I have experience in the UK, London, obviously, and outside of London, right? And I have experience in America as well. Most of you lot watching are from either the UK or America or Canada, yeah? And shout out to all the people that watch me from other various countries around the world. Salute to you. This may be some new information. This might be something that's relevant to your country as well, all right? I would hazard a guess that in most countries around the world that are outside of the Caribbean and Africa, these things I'm going to highlight are very, very prevalent there too, if not more prevalent in those countries, because they are less multicultural than the UK and the USA. So please, everybody watching, make sure you like this video. This is going to be very informative, very frank. I'm going to be very straightforward. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. All right. Now, if we start from the base, dating within our own community, because at the end of the day, most of us are going to try and date within our group first. Most people around the world want to date their own. There's familiarity with your own. You understand your own. There's no cultural differences, background differences, not as much as if you decide to do interracial dating anyway. And so people usually stick with their own and try to date their own first. Now, what you understand in a country like the UK or the USA, you are an ethnic minority, right? You probably don't have the best stereotypes going for you besides physicality. But the truth of the matter is that not all black men are Tyrones. In fact, it's probably about 10 to 15, let's say, being generous, 10 to 15% of all black guys that are going to be Tyrones. Now, what would make a guy a Tyrone? A black guy being a Tyrone would be a man who is above average in height and above average in looks and above average in build. Now, you don't need to be built like Mr. Universe, but you need to be athletic, a guy that goes to the gym. You don't have your belly hanging out. You know, you don't look like a skinny rake that can be blown by the wind. No, you are athletic and strong, right? And you are going to be taller than average, because we know there's heightism, extreme heightism going on in the West. Most women, they want a guy who is 6'2" plus. That is their preference. Most women would prefer to be with a man who is 6'3" plus, even though that is the vast, vast minority of men walking around on this planet. But because of stereotypes that come from our physicality, such as playing sports as basketball, the NBA and NFL, there is a huge emphasis on a black man being extremely tall and athletic. Again, most black guys are not like that. Another stereotype that goes that can be a stumbling block for the majority of black guys is the hood element. Hood element, right? And especially within our community, which seems to glorify hood, ghetto, criminality, what you will find is if you are a normal black guy who is legitimate, 9 to 5 on a modest wage, you're not broke, but you're not balling, you're not buying Rolexes and driving a BMW, you know, you may find some trouble dating, because a lot of the women in our community want a baller. They want a guy who emulates the rap culture, that emulates the criminal culture, that, you know, there's countless examples of women from our community saying that they want a guy who gets fast money through some illegal means. They don't mind. They want a guy that's a little bit hood. Hence why in our community, you will find that you don't really see women going very, very, you don't really see women in our community very enthusiastic about 9 to 5 guys who are academic, guys who are, you know, clean cut and square, guys that are just like, you know, just calm. No, you see a lot of women in our community, they seem to get excited for rappers, athletes, you know, these kind of guys. And the vast majority of black men are not rappers, criminals, and athletes. They're just not. You know, I think there has been some social engineering which has been installed within our communities, which has kind of pitted men against women and women against men. I think that in our communities, there's been a concerted effort to encourage women to believe that they don't need a man. Unfortunately, a lot of women in our community never grew up with a father, so they never saw their mother and father live together, cooperate, and how they treated each other. No, they didn't get to see that. So now that they've grown up into women looking for a partner themselves, they are not really well versed in how to be in a relationship with a black guy, and or how to pick or the right type of black guy to meet or pick. You know, a lot of times they're going to be influenced by what they see in popular media. Again, the rap music, the R&B music, their favorite personality who they relate to, you know. And unfortunately, a lot of these influencers who are influencing women in our community are stereotypes themselves, and they're basically saying that you should just get money, get a guy that's got money, and, you know, make sure he's hood, and, you know, all of these kind of things. And it's really actually dysfunctional and detrimental to everybody in the community. There's definitely a lot of problems where I think that it's right that men should not couple up with single mothers if they don't have children themselves. And unfortunately, a lot of women in our communities, especially the more attractive ones, they tend to have children at an early age, having children, you know, sleeping with guys at a point in life when they shouldn't be pushing out children. And then they end up being single mothers early, and then basically they've kind of put themselves in a difficult situation, right? But at the same time, I don't think that it's fair that a man who has not got kids himself, he should couple up with a single mother. I just don't see the benefit for him doing that. So there's that element as well. So there's a lot of turbulence in that respect. It's actually deeper than the way I'm depicting it. There's a lot of aspects to it, but, you know, I'm on YouTube. I have to be very careful the way I speak. A lot of times the women in our community have been encouraged to just do whatever they like and whatever a man and kind of forget about what men want, you know. And I just think it's a lot of it is media programming, social engineering in the West. And it's sad because a lot of women these days are single, and a lot of women are going into their older age single with or without children. Yeah, and I don't think it's healthy for a community to be like that. I just don't. Hence why you've got shows like Pop the Balloon. I do reaction videos to Pop the Balloon all the time. And what do you see on there? You see a lot of single women on there, you know, who a lot of them are quite delusional. A lot of them, they think they're 10s when they're not 10s. A lot of them think that they're of some great value when really and truly they should be happy to find a man who's willing to couple up with them. But they act like they have all the options, and they really don't. They really don't. They don't realize that time is moving very fast. And, you know, just because you can sleep with this guy and that guy doesn't mean that you're meant to be with a Tyrone. It doesn't mean you're meant to be with a millionaire or a basketball player or anything like that. I think that in our community, there needs to be a concerted effort to encourage the women when they're in their prime years to couple up with a man who has actual values, morals, who's actually family orientated, a guy that is reliable. Now, he may not be the coolest guy. He may not be hood. He may not be making fast money right now wearing a Mary jeans. Yeah. He may not even be someone that drinks alcohol. So you can put the Crown Royal down. Yeah. But he probably will be a man who would be happy to be with you, who would actually value being with you and treat you right. Because what I hear is a lot of women complaining about Tyrone's doing them wrong. At the end of the day, if you're a woman and you pick Tyrone, you got to understand, you're not his only option. He can replace you at any moment, at any time. And he doesn't need to be loyal, and he doesn't need to be nice to you. Now, if you pick a man who you're actually more evenly yoked with, you have a greater probability and chance of having a functional relationship, which could turn into you building a functional family. But again, a lot of these women, they are influenced by bad influences who they relate to, and they make poor choices in men. And then what happens is they accumulate a lot of baggage, whether it be, you know, I don't know. They just, I don't even want to be too specific because, again, I'm on YouTube, but they end up accumulating a lot of baggage, which is unfortunately not an attractive option for a man who is childless and has got his life together. It's just not. Of course, there are some guys out there who are going to, you know, fill in those roles, but, you know, a lot of times those men are not who the women really want to be with, and, you know, it's a recipe for disaster for everybody, right? Okay, so dating outside of the community. Ooh, I'm gonna hurt a lot of feelings with this one. Yeah? A lot of black guys have this idea that loads of non-black women want them, are desiring black men, are chasing, lusting, thirsty for black men. And I've got news for you. It's not the reality. That's not true. It's not true. Okay? I don't care how many interracial couples you see walking down the street. I don't care how many rappers you see with white women or ambiguous looking women. I don't care how many pro athletes you see with non-black women, ambiguous looking women. I don't care. Because for every single time you see an interracial couple, think how many non-interracial couples that are not black that you see. Think about it. Think about every time you see a woman with a man from her own group. It's not even close. The numbers are not even close. All right? And that goes for even if you're in a metropolitan, multicultural city like London, it's still, you can't compare. Most people stick with their own, especially when it comes to women. Women are going to want to stick with what is the safe option. All right? And for most non-black women, let's give an example, white women, most white women are going to feel safer coupling up with a white guy. They are taking a risk, a gamble, if they start dating a black guy, because number one, their own group may ostracize them for doing that. Do you understand? There is a risk that they can get ostracized by their group for dating out. I would say black people are probably the only group that don't really practice that. If a black woman decides to go and date a white guy, I don't like, she ain't gonna get ostracized. No one's gonna really care. But in other groups, if their women decide, you know what, I'm gonna start playing with black willies, well then a lot of the times the men in her group, they're not gonna want to go and couple up with her after that. The women in her group are probably gonna look at her like, wow, like she's a crazy chick. And that's it. The people in her family, they're probably gonna look at her a bit sideways, like she's crazy. This is how it is, even if they don't show it to you and you're in your face. You gotta understand, a lot of people are racist in this world. It doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter what you think. A lot of people are racist, bro. Yeah. For the most part, black people, I think black people can be the most welcoming of other cultures into their family. Not 100%. I know people like to try and be literal and they always want to try their best to try and correct me all the time, but can it? Because I know exactly what I'm saying. All right? Black people, in most black families, if a boy brings a white girl or Indian girl or Asian girl, a lot of times the family will be, there might be a few like, oh, what are you doing? But it's not gonna be like a Indian girl bringing a black boy to her Indian household. It's a different level. It's an absolute different level. But anyway, as I was saying, yeah, majority of non-black women are not trying to date black men. Another aspect, many of the times when they do mess with black guys, they only want certain types of black guys, bro. All right? Again, Tyrone. Now, again, there's going to be guys that are going to come underneath this video and they're going to leave comments saying, oh, King Riches, what you're saying is wrong. You're talking crap. You're just upset because you can't get girls. I can get them because I live in this place and I've been getting all the Beckys and I get all the bad bees. Yeah, right, bro. Yeah, right. Let me tell you one thing. I do very well. Bruh. I'm not even trying to gas myself up or be arrogant because I don't need to, because people know me in real life and they know that I do a lot. When it comes to women, I've messed with a lot in your country and mine, Americans. All right? So let's not go there. Right? But at the same time, I'm not naive and I'm not confused about this. I know this to be true. Just because I've managed to sleep with a good number of non-black women, that does not compare to the amount of non-black women who would never dream of dating me or any other black guy. You can't even compare the numbers. It's not even worth trying to compare. You just know the reality. The reality is what it is. Even my black friends who prolifically date outside their race, they will agree with this. My black friends that live outside of multicultural cities, they agree with this. It's always these stupid Tyrones or these stupid black guys who they live in some multicultural city, and then because they've had a few non-black chicks, they think they know it all. And another caveat to that, a lot of times these black guys that go on and on about how they date outside their race and they get really attractive women, bro, let's take a look at what those women look like. What do those women look like? I would love to see it. Because a lot of times they're bragging about chicks that are not all that. And I know you lot have all seen this. Press 1 in the chat. You've come across some black guy who's bragging about how he gets all these white girls or he gets all these non-black girls, blah, blah, blah. And then when you see her, she's just not it. She's not fire. Nothing special, nothing to brag about. Really, you should keep your mouth shut. Like, I know me personally, King Riches, I wouldn't even look twice. And these guys trying to leave comments, trying to correct me, trying to tell me, oh no, you're just upset because you can't get the girls that you wish that was the reality. I'm a guy that could do this, but I'm still telling the truth. Yeah. Listen, let me tell you something about me. The only reason why I do well with women, I'll be real with you. The reason why I do well with women, I'm taller than average. I'm well built. I have a decent face. I got long hair. I got muscles. I got tattoos, and I got a social media following, and I'm not broke. That's why. And I have superior communication skills and social skills. And I have a wide network of friends. And in the UK, a lot of people know me. Whenever I go out, I usually see somebody that recognizes me. And when I'm out with girls and girls see that people recognize me, strangers recognize me, bro, it makes them get gassed. See, I know myself. I know where I stand. I know that I can't let myself get out of shape. I know I can't dress like some homeless guy. I know myself, bro. Like, and do you know yourself? I know my market. I know the types of black women that like me and the types of white women that like me and mixed race women that like me. And I know the types that don't. Listen, a lot of you guys, you don't even know your market, bro. You've never done the research or really sat down to think about what type of women actually like me. Which type of women usually gravitate to me? See, I've sat down and looked at it. Me and my mates, we talk about this stuff from our own experiences and we come to conclusions about this thing. We know the types that like us and we know the ones that don't. You get what I'm saying? I ain't no pretty boy. I'm not a pretty boy. Right? The type of girls that pretty boys get, them Tyrones that are like pretty boys and that, the type of girls that like those guys don't like me. I don't appeal to those kind of girls. You got to know your market. But anyway, I was saying, man. But yeah, like, so a lot of you guys, you're listening to guys that get mid chicks and then they're trying to gas it up. Or you're watching too many rap videos. You're looking at too much of these social media personalities, celebrities. Or because Kanye West got married to Kim Kardashian back in the day and he had Amber Rose back in the day, that means that, oh, Mr. 5'9", average looking guy with average money, with no following, no fame, no nothing. Yeah, I can do exactly the same thing. Well, have you been doing it? That's the question. Have you been doing it? What is your success rate? You have to be real with yourselves. Like, bro, we're men. We have to be real with ourselves. We can't be living with our heads in the clouds. Yeah? You got to know where you stand, know your level, know what likes you, and you got to move accordingly, fam. You know, or if you want to better your situation or better your options, you're going to have to better yourself. Simple. All right? So, yeah, like, another aspect, dating interracially, fam. Yeah? A lot of times, yeah, these non-black women, particularly white women, I've noticed this with, they don't really go after black guys when they're in their prime. Yeah, when they're in their prime. And I've noticed this is more if you're outside the big city, right? When you're outside of a big city, your options are really slim, bro. Very, very slim. All right? A lot of you guys watching, you lot are living in areas which are predominantly white. You are a severe minority there. You know, some guys are going to say, oh, yeah, they're gonna say, "Oh yeah, it's good to be like different from everybody else. I feel special because I'm like the only black guy here, bro." Again, let's look at your success rate, bruv. Let's look at your success rate. Yeah. Let's look at the quality that you've been attracting, that you've been dating. Yeah. Most people like to stick within their own group. You'll notice that a lot of these women, when they're in their prime years, they want to get the best Chad that they can. Yeah. Most groups outside of black women, yeah, most women outside of black women would actually want to be with a Chad. You know, and I described what a Tyrone was. A Chad would be, yes, again, a guy that's tall, probably 6'3", you know, good looking face, good build, yeah, athletic. Yeah, that's about it, innit? Like, tall, good looking, and athletic. Like, do you get what I'm saying? And I think a lot of Indian women would want to date a guy like that. A lot of Asian women would want to date a guy like that. A lot of mixed race women would want to date a guy like that, and all these other non-black women. Yeah. I will say this, for the most part, black women will prefer to be with black men for the most part, but times are changing. Times are changing. These days, you will see a lot of good-looking black women, and they're dating out, bro. They're dating out. Trust me. Don't ever get it twisted. I'm seeing examples, a lot of examples now. Good-looking black girls, black women, and they're dating out. And listen, whatever. I don't care. Do you get what I'm saying? I know some of you guys are gonna be like, oh yeah, have something to say, bruv. Like, at the end of the day, if black men can do it, the black women can do it at the end of the day. Do you get what I'm saying? But again, I don't think the black men or black women are gonna be that successful dating out. For the majority anyway. The majority won't be that successful dating out. Yeah. In terms of the black guys, a lot of times, black guys that date non-black women, particularly white women, those women, they don't take you as a serious option. They don't take you serious, bro. You're just for jokes. You're for fun. You're not. It's not real, fam. Like, it's not real. Listen, this is coming from a guy that has done it a lot. All right, I've been in relationships with white girls, as well as black girls, obviously. But I've been in relationships with white girls, bro. Yeah, I've slept with a lot of white girls, bro. Like, a lot. And from what I've seen, from my own personal experience, and from the experiences of the guys that I know in real life that actually put themselves out there and they're sleeping around and doing a lot, bro, a lot of these non-black women, they don't see you as a serious option, fam. They don't, especially if they're in their prime. If they're in their prime, bro, like, they just, I don't know, they just want to mess around with you. That's it. That's it. I'm going to make a call in because there's some guy in here that is talking like they know me personally and making all these statements in the chat. So I'm going to make a call in so that I can argue with this guy, because people like this I find to be really, really just annoying and silly. But, you know, it's all good. I'm going to make a call-in show so that I can basically destroy this guy or whoever it is in a debate. Yeah. Big up Lecky P1 for the super chat. Black men living in Cambridge, not good at all. LOL. Yeah, I can believe it, bro. I can already see it, my brother. I can already see it. I can already see it, bro. I can already imagine it, fam. Like, the looks that you're gonna get, you know, the women, you know, you're walking on the street, they're acting like they're scared or nervous. They want to cross the road holding their handbag. You're just a normal guy. You're not dressed in a hoodie. You're not wearing a balaclava. You know, it's weird. Listen to this guy. This guy in the chat. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna let you come on and just destroy you because this guy obviously wants problems. So yeah, let's bring him on and see what he's got to say because I find it funny that people who don't know your life, but they seem to know everything. So now I've put the StreamYard link in the chat. And anyone else that wants to speak, you can speak in the chat as well. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously there's a lot of black guys that, you know, because they're like so invested in doing interracial dating, whenever they hear anything like this, it's like, oh no, it's because you're crap, you're broke, you dress like a thug, you're this, you're that. And it's just like, brother, you... I'm doing better than you. You idiot. I'm doing better than you with women. And remember, you're watching me. I'm not watching you. Do you get what I'm saying? But they think they know it all. Oh, gosh. So I'm waiting for this guy or whatever it is, this thing, to call in. So I'll bring them up because that they're talking about my life, and this is why it's so weird on social media. People will just talk so much crap anonymously, bruv. You're not allowed to speak in the chat no more. You're only allowed to speak on the thing. You can't speak in the chat no more because I'm just not. You don't have no power here. You just don't have no power here, mate. Now you have to call in. But anyway, this guy's distracted me from what I was saying. All right, cool. So let's get back to it. So yeah, they don't take you as a serious option a lot of times. Like they're just messing around with you, blah blah blah, and then that's it. So that could be quite annoying. And then they're not taking you. They're not even trying to mess with you in their prime years. Because what you will notice, yeah, is that a lot of times it's older non-black women that will be attracted to black guys. This is something I noticed this a long time ago. A long time ago. It's always like these older white women. They're the ones that you catch staring at you in the gym or staring at you in the street. They'll be smiling at you and all of this stuff. Is the older ones. But the younger ones, nah. I mean, sometimes they are, but most of the time they're not. All right, so we've got a caller. I hope it's the right guy. But we're going to bring him up on the thing. All right. Hello? Unmute yourself. You've got to unmute yourself. Retro. Oh my God. This guy, whoever it is, he just won't unmute themselves. I don't understand it. So anyway, until they unmute themselves, unmute yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Are you the guy that was talking in the chat?
No. I'm Licky Puan, the guy who sent the super chat. I'm not the guy who was.
Oh, okay. No problem. Because I'm waiting for that guy, this person that had all this mouth in the chat, but they haven't called him. But go on, my bro.
Yeah. So I just arrived ago. So basically, you're trying to break down interracial dating, right?
Yeah.
For black guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think I totally agree when it comes to non-black women trying to date black men. Like they will do it, like they will have fun with them, entertain them, but not in serious settings, which is quite insulting. Like if I were them, I would not deal with them at all because it's kind of dehumanizing, if you see what I'm saying.
It's what? I didn't understand what you said. What did you say?
I mean, it's like they don't consider you as a human because they don't consider you as a serious option just to mess around.
I wouldn't say they don't consider us as humans, but I would say they just don't look at us as a serious option in terms of like longevity, long term. Like it's just a play. It's like a toy, like, because you got to understand, yeah, when it comes to women and how they look at men, a lot of it is judged by what the media portrays. So, for instance, one of the reasons why white men are so sought after by all women around the world, right, is because of their image. Their image, which has been pushed by the media and society, right? Their image is superheroes. You got what? Superman, the strongest superhero. He's a white guy. Batman, Spider-Man, most of the X-Men. More time, James Bond. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, all of these guys are white guys, good looking, attractive, women like them. That's the media portrayal, right? Then in normal TV and movies, how do they always show a white guy? He's normal, you know. In terms of women, he's romantic, he's, you know, reliable, family man, like da 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 da. But then what is the black man's stereotype in society, in the media, in all of these things? If he's not a rapper or he's an athlete, then he's hood.
Exactly.
And then if he's one of those, you know, just in general, he's just like a lazy guy. He's not ambitious. He's not trying. Like, he's not reliable. You know, he's just, that's it. The last time that they showed like a proper image of a black guy was what's it? My Wife and Kids. I don't know if you ever saw that show. There was a show, My Wife and Kids, where it was a black family, black man, black woman, black kids. You know, it was a comedy show. Shows like that. Obviously, back in the day, there was the Cosby Show. You know, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Those kind of shows. Yeah, and those shows were good, but there's not enough representation like that. Do you get what I'm saying? There's not enough media representation. And then just in general, there's not enough media representation of black men in a good light. So what happens is, a lot of times women, they will look at these media outlets and they will make judgment calls on the men. And even though it's really silly and they shouldn't do that, they do that subconsciously. That's what they do. And that's why when you're walking down the street as a black guy, that's why a lot of times non-black women, they will hold their handbag or they'll want to cross the road because they've seen it on the TV, they've seen it in movies, they've seen it everywhere.
And also, when you don't fall under the categories you mentioned, athlete, rapper, or thug, then you'll have a hard time finding like a good partner, or, you know, just attracting girls as a black guy.
Yeah, because even within your community, even in our community, the women, they want the black guy that kind of satisfies those stereotypes. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, and it's not even, or maybe they may not want a guy that is a criminal or athlete, but they want a guy that's a Tyrone. I've said this many times, and you lot in the chat, press 1 if you agree, yeah? Like, many times, an average black guy is not going to get the same grace an average white guy is going to get. He ain't. He ain't, bro. Like, you got two guys, they're both, what's the average height? 5'9", yeah? Or 5'10". 5'9", right? You got a 5'9" black guy, 5'9" white guy, yeah? Let's say they're fives. They're in looks, they're 5. They're just normal build 5, yeah? Make modest income. They're not rich, they're not poor. They're just there. Bro, who do you think is gonna who do you think is gonna be more successful getting women out of them two?
The Caucasian guy, obviously.
And why do you think that is?
Because of the media, the society. Also, as an average black guy, you need to have some type of collateral. You need to have excessive amount of money. You need to have something. You cannot be an average black guy and pull up a body, or even pulling up an average girl. That's going to be quite hard as an average black guy. You need something.
Yeah. And you lot in the chat, answer that question. Why do you think that an average? Do you no? Okay, you lot, I'm asking everybody watching, right? Who do you think is gonna do better in dating? A 5'9" average looking, average money black guy, or a 5'9" average money, average looking white guy? Who do you think is gonna do better? And we can make this global as well. We can make this not just where you live, just global. Because a lot of times we get stuck on where we live. Like we think our country or our corner is the whole world. It's not. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, your other countries and other women, but guess what? The white guy, he's universal. He can go to different countries and he can still do all right because of his image.
Mm.
The
He's
black
doing
man's
well in the
image has
US.
been
He's doing well
tarnished,
in
bro.
Asia.
Pardon?
He's doing well everywhere. He's doing well in Asia, US. He's doing well everywhere.
You could be below average white guy. Go to Asia, you'll get a nice woman, bro.
We,
And
we
I
see
know
it every
that's
day.
true. And I know that's true because that happens in the West. So if that happens over here, imagine what it's like you go over there. And a lot of black guys, a lot of passport bros, yeah, because I wanted to talk about passport bros as well, yeah. A lot of passport bros and guys, they talking about they go to what's it?
South America.
They no, not South America. They go to Asia. They go to East Asian countries and
Thailand.
to
Okay.
date and dating women there. And I just think, like, yeah, maybe if you go to the Philippines or something like that, where they kind of are more open to black people, but for the most part, they're not really, bro. Are them women really trying to date black guys? Really? Like, I'm not talking about the low vibration ones. I'm talking about the top tier quality women in those countries. Do you think they're thinking, oh yeah, I'm so desperate, want to get a black guy?
No, I think they despise black men, to be honest.
Bruh. I just think that I think that black guys need to just be honest with ourselves and be on and just be real, and then that way, when you're honest, it hurts at the beginning, but when you're honest, you actually know who you are and what you're doing. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, and it's just like that. Another aspect I want to talk about, and I'm gonna move on to another caller in a sec. Is there anything else you wanted to say?
No, that was it for me.
All right,
Thank you
no
for
worries,
having me.
my brother. Appreciate you. Thank you for calling in. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, take care. All right, big up Retro. All right, cool. So and big up to Walton Rich for the super chat. He says the white man is the paragon of the West. The black man is at the bottom, just the way it is. We must work twice as hard to compete. Most of us were taught this as youths. The same applies when it comes to women. Big up King. Big up to Walton Rich for the super chat. Appreciate you, my brother. And yeah, like the thing is that, bro, it's all about image, bro. It's all about image. Yeah, and your location as well plays a huge part in this. Yeah. But on the whole, regardless, even if location comes into it as well, bro, like, you're gonna need some kind of superpowers. If you want to date decent women and you're a black guy, you need some kind of superpowers. Yeah, not to say that other races of men don't need powers as well, but we have a lot of negative press going against us. All right, and that's just the way it is. It's just the truth, and that's it. And that's it. But yeah, another aspect I want to touch on, and this, a lot of people don't like talking about this, and I never used to talk about this, but because of like things that have happened, like this is a real thing. Black guys, you need to be careful when you're dating interracially. You need to be careful, bro, because that person you're dating can get you in trouble, blood. Yes. Press 1 if you know what I'm talking about, fam. Who remembers when back in the day, people used to be like, oh yeah, be careful you dating these Beckys because, you know, they'll call the police on you, blah, 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 blah. Bro, that thing is real. That thing is real. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, women in our own community won't do that as well. But I think it's a higher probability, yeah, that you date out, they will call police on you. False claims, bro. False. Try ruin your life because you're not doing what they want you to do. You need to be very careful, fam. Just because they're helping you and with pleasure, emptying your sack. Don't think for 1 minute she won't just decide to put you in cuffs. This is a real thing. Like, I've noticed this. Like, I never used to really, like, buy into this concept, but now I do. This is true. This is real. Like, you're a black guy, right? You have a stereotype of being big black guy, intimidating, aggressive, you know, can't control himself, blah, blah, blah. All of these negative stereotypes, most of them garbage, right? Propaganda, right? You understand? You go and start dating some Becky, right? And yeah, you're having a fun time, but now something goes wrong. Goes left. Now she wants to hurt you. She wants to do you damage, bro. The easiest thing she can do is go and call feds on you. And guess what? On the surface, everyone's going to believe what she's going to say about you. I'm telling you the truth. We've seen actors, fake celebrities being put in. Bro, we got Shannon Sharpe. Shannon Sharpe was dealing with some big, like, bro, that whole Shannon Sharpe situation is just stupid. He's, to be honest, he's an idiot, in my opinion, for dealing with that girl. But at the same time, like, bro, this is what happens. We had Jonathan Majors not too long ago. He was in trouble. Fam, like, you gotta protect your neck, fam. It'll be these Beckys that talk like they love black guys so much that you go and look into their past, not to come to find out that they got black guys arrested, put them in mad situations, blah, blah, blah. You gotta be careful, fam. Careful, very careful. Very careful. Let's say Young Philly, bro. Young Philly still in Australia. Everyone stopped talking about Young Philly. Young Philly's still in Australia, bro. And then when Young Philly started getting, they started saying, oh, Young Philly did this, Young Philly did that. Then you notice all these other white girls came out and started saying stuff about him. Bro, like, you gotta be careful. So careful, bro. Like, just because somebody's willing to sleep with you doesn't mean they won't destroy your life, and they won't feel nothing, no remorse, nothing. They'll just do it and that's it, fam. Like, and to be honest, I mean, I just don't think, like, women in our community, I don't think it's really in our culture to do that. Oh, I'm just gonna call feds and say you did something you didn't do. Like, not to say they don't ever do it, but it's just not. It's not seen as, like, the thing to do. Do you get what I'm saying? Because remember, like, our culture is a lot of kind of where you know, we don't trust the police, and, you know, a lot of times criminality is praised and stuff. So like, you'd be less inclined to go and call police unless it was something very, very serious. Like, do you get what I'm saying? But yeah, man, them Beckys, they will definitely call police on you. 100%. 100%, bro. Get you in stuck. And they won't look back, and then they'll be on to the next Black Willie, bro. And he won't know what she had done. It's crazy, fam. It's crazy, fam. Nasty work, fam. But yeah, let me move on to another caller. BPJ.
How you doing, man? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's going on, bro?
How's it going? Yeah, bro. Yeah, you're spot on. You know, you're one of the few black content creators who is willing to admit the truth about this type of thing. Mm-hmm. You know, there's a few sayings, you know, as a black man, you know, I call it the G.I. Joe theory. You know how when you were a kid, when you wanted a white GI Joe, there's a lot of different GI Joes to choose from.
Yeah.
That's similar to a white man. You can be a preppy white boy. You could be a white boy from the trailer park. You can be a white boy who's athletic. You could be a white boy who's a little nerdy and quirky. White men have a wide range of what they can be and still be accepted. That's why you got these white frat boys who can wear dresses. They can play around. They could do a whole lot. Black men is the black GI Joe. When you want a black GI Joe, there's only maybe one or two black GI Joes to choose from. So black men have a very limited box in which that you can be accepted in, especially by the opposite gender. And this is both for black women and for white women.
Yep. Yep, absolutely. I'd even give you another example. I'm somebody, I love my PS5. I'll show you the controller right here. I love my PS5. I play Call of Duty. Out of all the operators, there's only what? 2 black guys? There's only 2 black guy operators in Call of Duty. The rest are all white guys, Asian guys, women. And they always, and another thing, and I know this is off topic, but another thing, the operator costumes that they give you for the black guys are always whack. They're always whack. I don't know if I'm the only one that noticed that. Like, I was just like, they never give you anything that looks really cool. But yeah, anyway, back to what you were saying. Yeah, it's true. You when you're a black guy, you're stuck in a box. And if you're outside of that box, you're looked at as weird or lame or square. It's like when I did that reaction to the Pop the Balloon, and you got women in our own community that will blatantly say, I want a guy that's more hood. You're not hood enough. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, it's a requirement. White and here's the funny thing too. Here's a gaslighting that black women do. Black women will only deal with a certain type of black man. Then I call it going to Pleasantville, like they go from MLK Boulevard to Pleasantville, like where the white people are, and they'll say that white men treat them better. But it's like, well, wait a minute. When it came to us, I had to be Michael B. Jordan. I had to be, Chief Keef. I had to be Kodak Black. I had to be one of these archetypes. But when we cross over to, they can date a white dude who looks like Michael Cera, Jonah Hill, all them super bad motherfuckers. And those men will quote unquote treat them right. Well, that's because he's a guy who.
It's a different type. It's a different type of guy.
So they do that all the time. But also, you were talking about Superman and the superheroes earlier. Now, there's a couple things that this is really huge. There's a couple things I want to note here. The first thing was a movie Black Panther. If you remember when that movie came out, who were the women lusting after? It wasn't T'Challa. It was Killmonger. It was Killmonger when he took his right. So that's the first thing. And there's another thing I want you to notice too, because Hollywood think they're slick, right? So when you look at the white heroes that they tend to give us, they tend to give us white heroes that are traditionally attractive. The Chris Hemsworth, the Chris Evans, Henry Cavill, right? But when you look at the black heroes that are usually the sidekicks, you've never heard a woman talk about how much they want to fuck Don Cheadle. You never heard a woman talk about how they wanted to fuck Anthony Mackie, who played Captain America.
Chill out on the swearing.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
My bad. I didn't mean to do that. But you've never heard a woman talk about how much they wanted to have sex with Anthony Mackie or Don Cheadle, or even God rest his soul, or even Chadwick Boseman to a certain degree. Like not really. So how Hollywood does it is because you have the Morris Chestnuts, the Boris Kujos, you have the quote unquote sexy.
But they're all old now. This is the thing. Because I sorry to cut you off. I was watching a live stream by what was this guy's name? Because I want to give him his credit. Passport International something. He's a black guy from the UK, right? He's like Passport Bro guy, yeah. And I was watching his live stream because they were saying a lot of things that I've said like years ago. And that's what inspired me to do this live stream, because I was like, bro, you lot are saying stuff I said years ago, bro. Like, yeah. But he was saying that, the guy who he had on, he was saying how that all these black male archetypes or examples that you used to see in movies and that, they're all aging out now. Because you got Denzel Washington, he's old. Morris Chestnut, he's old.
Yeah.
Wesley Snipes, he's old. Like, all these guys, they're aging out. Do you get what I'm saying? They don't have the only black strong character, like male character that's out, like action movies, is Michael B. Jordan. That's the only one now.
Yeah.
There's no
And
one
that's
else. Oh, Jonathan Majors, but then guess what? Jonathan Majors got messed up by Becky.
right, exactly. I mean, that's a Hollywood thing. That's a Hollywood. I mean, that's a whole tangent because they don't make stars anyway. But my point to bring that up is just that even the powers that be, they knew when they were making the Iron Man or the Captain America movie, they knew not to put a Boris Cujo next to a Chris Evans.
Yeah.
Because the powers at be, they don't want you like white Hollywood. They don't want you lusting after the black man over the white man. Mm-hmm. That's why even Idris Elba, he's another guy. I mean, he doesn't really get a whole lot of franchises, but overall,
but that's the
I mean,
thing.
like,
but that's the thing. The thing with Idris Elba, he actually did really well because Idris Elba was doing like movies where he's the star. Do you get what I'm saying? Like he's the main guy. Like, but the thing and what I noticed is a lot of white women was like, oh, Idris Elba, I want Idris Elba. But again, he's old now. He's aged out.
Yeah,
Do you know what I'm saying? Who else is there now? No one.
No, it's not a whole lot. But I mean, but here's the thing, and I'm glad that you talk about this because black men, and I forget who was the YouTuber. I think it might have been VBS a long time ago. Some of y'all know who VBS is. There was this sexual false consciousness, and basically you have a lot of black men who, for whatever reason, believe that they're number one on the sexual food chain, that they're number one on the dating market, because maybe their homeboy used to slay, or maybe they used to, or what have you, when it couldn't be far from the truth. I would argue that the majority of incels are either ethnic, and if you look at the black community, I would say there's a higher percentage of black incels than white incels. If you are a black man, you are far more likely to be an incel than a white man. Because if you're a white man, if you're a sub 8 white man, or you're a 4 or 5 or 6, you have Asian women. Black men don't have an equivalent of Asian women.
Yeah. And another thing I want to add on to that, because a lot of people, they will leave comments underneath these type of videos that I make, and they'll be like, oh no, that's not true. The black men don't have it the hardest because Asian men have it the hardest because, I guess Becky doesn't want them and blah, blah, blah. Bro, but what about your own community, bro? This is completely different dynamic. You don't need to be Tyrone in your community.
No, you don't.
And this is what, and I find it funny that a lot of these people that say this, they seem to always ignore that aspect. That when black men date within their community, there's turbulence. When Asian men date within their community, a lot of the women are being influenced by the West and stuff like that. But the core is still functional.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So it's just like you can't, bro. Black men do have it the hardest, like in and outside the community dating.
I would have to agree, and I think the reason why we do have it the hardest is because in no other community does our women value dysfunction. So like they valued. So it's kind of like as a black man, we're taught from other black men, don't stop sounding so smart. Stop being such a good guy.
You sound white.
Yeah. White men see you can still succeed in as a white man and just be a normal white man. Like it's I would say with Asian, they do have it tougher than white men. However, the reason why I would give it Asian over a black guy is, here's the reason being. An Asian guy can easily go into the black community, just put a chain on and do pretty okay.
Ooh.
Think about it. Just take an Asian guy. Like take a Jet Li. Take an Asian guy who's like 5'9". Just put a chain on him, maybe an earring, drop him off at MLK Boulevard, have him approach 5 black women. He will get at least 2 numbers just off the fact that that's the first Asian man to ever approach them. And that Asian man can give that woman something that a black man can never give them.
I don't know if I agree with that one. I don't know. I don't know about that one. I don't know. I can't agree with that one. I don't agree with that one. But I get what you're saying though. I do get where you're coming from. But I don't think, nah, man. Especially if it's like, if he's trying to approach like really nice black girls, black women, I don't think they're gonna have.
No. Here's what I'm saying. Just take an average. Okay, we can both agree that if a black man approaches an average black man approaches 5 average black women, he more than likely is going to get 5 L's, more than likely. Can we agree on that?
Yeah, the majority will turn him down, 100%.
Okay, cool.
I won't
Okay,
say
now-
100% fail, but the majority
More than
will,
likely.
the majority will reject him. I agree with that.
Well,
Yeah.
Right. So here's what I'm speaking, because most of those black women have dated and had sex with guys that were much more attractive than he was. We're just saying on
Yeah.
average. We're talking
Yeah,
about the
yeah.
average woman. Okay,
I
great,
agree with
great.
that. Yeah.
Okay. So let's swap him for an average looking Asian dude. That's the same bar as the black dude. Just give him a chain. Just give him a touch of drip. What I'm saying is that like he's still going to get mostly L's, maybe 3, but he would have a better chance just off the fact that, number one, he can give that black woman mixed babies. They like that. A black man can't give them that. And second, most black women have never been approached by an Asian guy. And that Asian guy, he doesn't have to be Tyrone. He doesn't have to be Thug Max. He doesn't have to have a crisp hairline. All the things that all of the standards that she would give to a black dude, those standards are going to go out the window for that Asian dude.
I get you, but I'd have to see evidence. I'd have to see.
It's a theory.
Like, it's a theory. Yeah. I'm not completely kicking it or throwing it out the window, but I would want to see like a video of the Asian guy doing this. I'd want to see that. Do you get what I'm saying? That would be an awesome social experiment. I would love to see it. Do you get what I'm saying? Like on both sides, like the black guy trying to do it, and then the other dynamic is if the average black guy went out and tried to approach 5 average Asian women, what would happen?
I think that he would. Here's what I think would happen. I think that he would get numbers, but those numbers are not going to translate.
It's not going to lead nowhere.
Yeah, it's not going to lead anywhere. And I don't think it will lead anywhere if an Asian guy did it. So I think that the black man and the Asian man are kind of neck and neck. The only difference is that an Asian guy on the straight and narrow path, he probably comes from a better family than a black man on average. It's like he just has a high. I mean, they have higher marriage rates.
It's
black
image,
men,
bro. It comes back to image, bro. Like,
yeah.
Because like if you think about what is the image of Asian guys like? Academic. They in good careers, come from good families, good home background. They get married and have loads of kids. Like that's what I think of.
Right.
And I'm talking about like Indian, like South Asian. And if I think about East Asian, again, they usually just more well-mannered, just hardworking, academic, probably in high-paying careers. That's it. Like you don't really hear no crazy stuff about those communities, bro. Like
no, absolutely. Let me ask you this question, because I think part of the reason why black men have low marriage rates is because we don't prioritize marriage in college and in their 20s. Let me ask you this question: if we're talking about black men and black women between the ages of 18 and to 25, 26, who do you think are more have a higher desire to be in a relationship in that age bracket? Black men or black women?
I think black men would rather be in relationships, but
I would agree.
They either don't get no play or they get played. That's what I think happens.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm talking about the average. I'm not talking about the Tyrones, because this is the thing. Whenever people talk about black guys, they automatically think of King the Great 6'8".
Yeah,
they think of that guy. They think of X whatever rapper. Like, they think of those guys. Like, they think of, I don't know, any NBA player, any NFL player. They think of those guys. Like, they think of DK Metcalf. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they're not thinking of average 5'9" black guy. Do you get what I'm saying? They're not thinking of that. So, like, that normal black guy, he probably just wants a girlfriend, bro. Literally. She doesn't even need to be the baddest chick as well. Just a normal. Usually, it's the first point of call is a black girl as well. Usually, they just want a normal black girlfriend who's gonna care about them. He can care about her. Boom, can ride out into the sunset. But most of the time, you're getting rejected because, first of all, you're not tall enough. You're probably not cool enough. You're not hood enough. You don't have a good hairline. You don't have long hair. You don't have short hair. bro. You should watch it on Pop the Balloon. They got all these reasons to disqualify guys. Like, how are you meant? I don't understand it, bro.
Yeah, no, they find especially black women, they will find 101 reasons to disqualify a good man. And here's what sucks, man. Like, for those of us, because I know that you're religious, dude. I'm Christian as well. And even on the last Pop the Balloon, we have like a lot of these godly women. Here's the thing, man, and I gotta ask God this when I do get to heaven. It's kind of like these women are so-called Christian, or maybe they are Christian. But one thing that being quote unquote saved or being Christian is not going to cure a woman of it is that hypergamy. That hypergamy, I would even argue that for Christian women, the hypergamy gets low-key kind of worse as they get older, even if they're Christian or in a church, because it's like that light-skinned girl. It's like she didn't want a quote unquote an ugly guy talking about men with big noses, or so it's like these women can be Christian, and it's like, where does a man go to find
the issue with them? The issue with those women, no, it's not even just black. It's not just about black women. Yeah, it's these modern women, Christian women. Yeah, modern women / Christian women are still modern women, bruv. And they pick and choose which part of the Bibles that they like, and they conveniently forget the parts they don't like. And that's it. And a lot of times, the churches or the pastors, whoever are preaching to those congregations, they're they are preaching and saying things that they know the congregation are gonna like. Do you get what I'm saying?
Because they need to
get the money.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So, because if the pastor is saying a lot of real stuff, he's gonna end up sounding red pill. That's the thing. The pastor is gonna sound very red. Because if you really look at the Bible, like, it's pretty red pill when you think about it. If you look at everything that happens in the Bible, all the lessons and stories, especially when it becomes focused on like dealing with women in the Bible, a lot of it is like Samson and Delilah, bro, like Adam and Eve, the first story, bruv. The first story.
Right.
The first story. Do you know Adam and Eve, yeah? That shows obviously the male nature, the female nature, right? The fact that the man is a simp. Adam was a simp because he had everything. God was there looking out for him. He didn't have to do nothing. And then, I'm lonely. So God was like, all right, cool. I'll make you a wife. Boom. Made Eve. Eve's out there in the garden, flipping. She's going to start talking to some snake. What does the snake represent? Obviously, the snake's Satan. But the snake also represents, in our current society, the bad boy. So she was easily, influenced and deceived by the bad boy, and then ended up destroying Adam alongside herself. And Adam was a simp. And Adam was a simp because Adam was thinking with his willy. So Adam went and bit the apple as well.
Right.
Do you get what I'm saying? Because if you think about it, we wasn't all messed up until Adam bit the apple. Eve had already bitten the apple. But it's when Adam bit it, that's when everything went disaster. And that's because Adam was simping, bro. You know what I'm saying? So the Bible teaches you so many things, and as I said, a lot of these Christian women, they just pick and choose the passages that they like, and what they don't like, they just conveniently, I never read that part.
yeah. No, but absolutely. But to go back to Adam and Eve real quick, because I like to say that women, even though I love women, but women are the arbiters of evil. If you believe in the devil goes through and uses women for evil. Even if you think about the whole, and that's what happened to Adam and Eve. It's like the devil didn't go to Adam, the devil went to Eve, and through Eve is how they got to Adam. And even look at the pro-choice movement. Look at a lot of these movements and things. A lot of where evil comes from is a lot of times through women.
I ain't gonna say all that now, because you're saying some stuff and I'm on YouTube, yeah.
Oh, my bad.
I ain't gonna say all
that. I wasn't cursing, so I thought it was fair.
I'm not saying women are evil. I'm saying this.
No, I'm not saying that. No. I'm not.
No. It's cool. But what I'm saying is that I just feel like, don't be simping men, because the first book of the Bible, the first story in the Bible showed you the danger of simping. Yeah, and that's it, bro. Like, and at the end of the day, women, I will agree that women can easily be deceived. Do you get what I'm saying? Very, very much so. And a lot of times, yeah, men can be destroyed when women get deceived, and then they allow the woman to influence them. But
Yeah,
bro,
and
let me move on to another caller because I got people waiting.
Go ahead,
bro.
man. I appreciate the time, man. That great stream.
All right, no worries. Take care, man. Big up BPJ. Appreciate you. Make sure you're all liking the video. Let me see if the likes are up on this video, man. Let me see where we at with the likes, because sometimes you lot just forget to like the video, which I don't understand why. Let's get the likes up, man. We could double the likes right now. Let's double the likes right now, man. You know you're enjoying this content. This is real. This is as real as it gets, man. Let's go. All right, Marley.
Yo, bro, I'm back, man.
What's going on?
I wanted to chat to you about obviously saying dating's hardest for black guys.
Yeah.
I think we touched on this the other day actually when I was chatting to you the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously you were saying that you was gonna make a video about it. Obviously later on, obviously being today, to go into it deeper when I was on about tattoos and stuff like that. But yeah, I still personally think it's the Asian guys that get the worst.
Okay.
Rebuttal from women. I would say in what are you talking about in the UK or just in the West?
I just think just everywhere, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? Because like, yeah, okay, we could make it specific to the UK or the West or whatever, but I just think on the grand scheme of things, yeah. First of all, there's only a couple regions where black people are in the majority. That's in African countries and Caribbean, bro.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? The rest of the world is non-black, predominantly.
True, that is true, but I feel like a lot of Asian, because I grew up with Asian guys in it. Like I'm from Brum, and I've always noticed that they get the least play. Always, like they don't even get thought about. You know,
the least play, yeah, but from what type of girls?
Literally every type of. They don't get anything. Like
what? Not what? So what? They don't get play from women in their community.
A lot of them don't. A lot of them don't. Obviously, if you're talking about marriage, then that's a whole different. Are we talking about dating or are we talking about marriage?
I'm talking about all of it, bro.
Okay, we're talking about generic dating. They don't really get much attention from women.
So how did they get? So what? Are they all doing arranged marriages? Is that what you're saying?
Pretty much. It's not. No, I'm being real. Like it might not be technically arranged marriage, but it's some kind of internal. You know how you were saying the other day that the best way to meet people is through people.
Yeah.
Like that's what they do. Like it might not be like their cousin, but it might be like a cousin's cousin, or you know what I mean. It might be someone that they know through someone within their family.
Yeah, but isn't that a good thing though? Okay. Regardless of if it's arranged or not, yeah. Don't you think a lot of times their community is more like functional? If you compare like in Asian, Indian to black, it's more, their thing is more functional. It works. There's lower divorce. There's lower single mums walking around. There's lower. You don't really see Indian women coming out on TikTok and Instagram talking about, I don't need a man, and a man has to date me even if I have 5 kids by 6 different men. Like, you don't really see that, bro.
I agree.
You don't even see Asian women saying the stuff about, if a guy's not 6'8", then he's too short. You don't even see that.
No, that's true, but I think that's a different kind of conversation because
it ain't though, because it's all about it's all dating and relationship. It's the same. It all goes together, bro.
Yeah, but if they get married to that person, that's one person.
But you're only meant to marry one person, though.
Yeah, but my point is like we both linked multiple women. Is my point. Like they can only get the one for marriage. That's it.
Boy, I don't know. I don't know about that, yeah, in Brum, but I know in London, around the Asian youths, because there was a time in my life I was around just mostly Asian boys, yeah?
Yeah.
And they were sleeping around. They was having a great time. They were going out. They weren't all tall. Some of them were short and skinny.
The majority of them.
Yeah, bro.
I don't know about that, bro.
Yeah, bro, I do. I was there.
Fair enough.
I was there. Bro, they have their own clubs. They have their own, bro. They have their own club nights, bro. Yeah, where it's just like, what they used to call it, bro. I
Like,
can't
Future
remember
Lounge
what they
and
used to
stuff like
call it, bro. But they had their own club nights where it was just Asian boys, Asian girls predominantly, bro. You catch one or two white boys in there, maybe one or two black boys in there. I've been the black boy in that club before. I've done that. Do you get what I'm saying? And them boys, bro, you think their girls are not messing around with them, bruv? They are, bruv. They are.
True, but a lot of the girls don't even rate them. A lot of them. I'll be real. A lot of Asian women don't rate Asian men.
I don't know.
I don't know. I've seen enough to see like, and even think about it, even when you see like videos online about women, like black men versus white men, like the Asian men don't even get a part of they're not in the conversation.
Yeah, but this is the thing. Those conversations are actually kind of stupid, bro. Like, look, like put it like this, yeah. You see all of this social media stuff when people ask women on the street and it's pertaining to black guys, anything, bro. Like, are these quality women that they're asking questions, bro? Is it quality women that are answering the questions? Is it quality women that come out on TikTok and Instagram making videos talking about black men? These are not quality people, bro.
True, but
these are not the kind that you want to marry, fam.
Yeah, but that's my point. Are we talking about marry? I'm talking about just
or date them or anything serious or anything remotely serious, bro.
Yeah, even this as well. Like you know how you talk about heightism and all that.
Yeah,
I've never Asian men aren't tall, bro.
Like, yeah, but and yeah, the heightism, yeah, and Asian women don't talk about. They don't come out and talk about a guy has to be 6'3". I've never seen an Asian woman talk about a guy has to be 6 foot anything. I've never seen that video. I've never seen it. The only women I see talk like that is white women and black women, bruv. That's the only women.
But I never see Asian women on the internet in any circumstance anyway. So
that's what I'm saying. Their culture, their culture is a certain culture, fam. Do you get what I'm saying? Which actually is good for the men in their community, bro.
So would you say an average black guy and an average Asian guy, the Asian guy, if you put him in the nightclub, yeah, the average black guy, let's say 5 out of 10, yeah, average,
yeah,
and everything. An average black guy and an average Asian guy, you put him in a mixed club with mixed girls, yeah. You're saying you think the Asian guy can get more girls?
I'm not saying he can get more girls. I would say, all right, the black guy, he probably will get more numbers.
That's my point. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, cool. We can agree on that. The black guy in a mixed environment, the black guy might be able to get more numbers. Yeah.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean it will materialize in anything, bro. Yeah, because when you think about this, yeah. I'm not too sure, but I'm trying to think because when I was in Brum over the summer, innit, because I was up there bare, innit, yeah.
Yeah,
fair. But like I was trying to think because I wasn't really watching people like that. I was just doing my thing. But
yeah,
like for instance, when you're in London, yeah, you'll notice that a lot of times you see Asian boys, they've got a girl with them, bruv.
True.
Press 1 in the chat if you. Bro, like, this is real talk. I'm not just saying this to win the argument. I promise you, fam. Yeah? When you see Asian boys, yeah, especially if you see them driving, yeah, they'll always have a girl with them. And yeah, most of the time will be an Asian girl. Most of the time, yes. But most of the time, they'll have a girl or white girl. It could be a white girl as well. They'll have a girl with them, bruv.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying?
You would agree
but when you see black guys, bruv, most of the time, when you see black guys, they're either on their own or they're with their boys.
Okay, but you would agree.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay, cool. Why do you think so? So if you agree on that, why do you think it's like that?
No, I didn't say I agree. I said I can see what you're coming from. I haven't seen it myself.
Okay.
Fully agree, but because I trust your judgment, I can agree with what you're saying to an extent. But I think what I was trying to get to is like the generic setting of a mixed environment.
Okay.
Because you got like obviously
you're saying the black guy will appeal to more different types than the Asian will.
Yeah, like if you put a black guy in the festival with a mixed crowd, he'll get more things than the Asian guy in the mixed crowd.
Yeah, but what kind of black guy are we talking about though? Because we use the example of average, innit?
Yeah, just the average guy.
I
He
think
might,
that
I'm not,
I think
I'm
if
not
they
saying he's gonna get way more. I'm not saying he's gonna get. I'm saying he's gonna get more, not way more, just maybe a few more, but he's gonna get more.
like
I
what
think.
one more, two more.
But no, but the point of the thing is who has it the hardest.
I would say this as well. I don't think Asian guys will approach. I don't think Asian guys approach as much as black guys do as well, and that's another factor because there's a number. It's a numbers game as well. Eh?
Doesn't that make it harder for them even more then?
No, because it's your choice if you approach.
Okay, fair. Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Like black guys will approach like 100 girls a day. Asian guys are not for the most part. For the Asian guys I know, they don't approach as much as we do, bro. They don't, bro.
Yeah, because they probably know they're gonna get rejected. That's probably why.
Nah, like, yeah, maybe they have that thought, that idea in their head, but that's the same. Even white guys don't even approach as much as black guys do.
Yeah, or the ones that do approach, they know they're probably they've got a good chance, kind of thing. Or
but those super confident white ways, but even then, them ones they still don't approach as much as we do. We approach a lot, bro.
Yeah, we're throwing that out there. We do.
You get what I'm saying? Like, bro, I got white mates in the gym. They've never approached no girl in the gym ever. Even if the girl's looking at them, I think that girl's looking at me, Mike. I'm like, yo, you gonna say something? Oh, no, I can't bother. Bro, they never do it, bro. Me now, if the girl's looking at me in the gym, I won't move to her, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, and I think most black guys, we're like that.
Yeah, nah, I agree. Because even the whole passport bros situation, yeah. I think if you put an Asian man in another country with the same thing, like he wouldn't get any. He might get something.
I don't know about that.
I don't know. Obviously,
what countries are you talking about, cuz?
South American country. Let's go.
What, bro? I think an Asian guy will do the same in South America, bro. South America, that is a lot of the way people are trying to make out how South America, it's a lot of smoke and mirrors, bro. South America's dangerous, bro. A lot of people are getting deleted over there.
True, that's
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, bro, it's not what people make it out. I don't think a lot of times these people are paying women to sleep with them as well. So it's like, bro, it is what it is.
All right, and then even if an Asian guy from the UK flew to America, like he's not gonna get like, what's he gonna get over there? Like I was chatting to my boy the other day. Yeah, he lives in Atlanta, innit? And he was saying like, bro, you gotta come over here. Like, there's bare things over here. You gotta come over here. Obviously, I'm an average black guy. Like, he says, yo, if you're black and you got dreads, this the thing. Like, you gotta come over here. Bro, there's no place on earth where that's the case for Asian guys. Like, there's no area where it's like, yeah, Asian guys can really just go crazy.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Like, but I feel like they do. Bro, I think you're underestimating what Asian boys do within their own community amongst their own women, bro. I think you're underestimating it. You think that they only just get arranged marriage and that's it, bro? Nah, bro. There's the Asian girls that are giving it up to them Asian guys, bro. Like,
fair enough.
Maybe, but I will say this: I think if you are an average guy, regardless of color, if you're an average guy and you're in the West, you're in this side of the world, you better work on yourself and develop some kind of something going for you, bruv.
Yeah.
Because just being flat average is just like, bro, then, I don't know, you're probably going to be dealing with a chick that you don't really like. I'll be real with you.
Yeah.
You'll probably be dealing with a chick you don't like.
True. That is true. Because another thing was the fact that a lot of Asian guys actually have money as well.
Yeah. Yes.
So, but this is not like, if
they're driving money, BMW from when they're 17, bro.
Yeah, of course. But do you think they'll get the thing without the BMW though?
It don't matter, bruv. Do you think the average black guy is gonna get the thing without something going for him as well? If he's just average black guy, bro, like, I know guys like this, bro. I've been around these guys my whole life.
Yeah, but
there's guys I know, yeah, that they like, when I told them about things I've done in my life, they can't even fathom it, bro.
Yeah,
Do you get it? Like, and I know
That's
that I
what
have
fucked me
like a
too,
little bit of,
yeah.
I have my own advantages in it. I'm not like these dumb Tyrone. Oh yeah, I'm Tyrone, and yeah, just do what I do. Just be confident, bro. Nah, I know that there's levels to this, innit? There's guys that are above my level that, yeah, like this, I just can't do what they do in it. Do you get what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you sometimes we underestimate what it is for guys that may be lower than us on the scale. Like, we don't really see how their life might be. Like, for instance, when I'm
True,
out and
that's true.
about and I see some guys out there, like, you know, you're just walking and you see some guys, they walk past you and you're thinking, raw, like, yeah, it's gonna be hard for you, bruv.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
if I
yeah,
get
'cause
rejected and I'm doing all right, but I still get rejected, bro, you
Imagine
like
what he's going through.
you couldn't literally move to the girls I moved. Like, you couldn't. Like,
Yeah.
how? Like, unless you've got money. And money is
Yeah.
an equalizer. But the only problem with the money aspect is, if you lead with your wallet, that leads to disaster as well, because the person you're with doesn't like you. They like what you have to offer. They like that you've got money. Do you get what I'm saying?
Okay,
and they're
so-
probably using you.
Yeah.
Do you know what
So
I mean?
would you say that the Asian guy that does leave with their wallet, they're getting played then?
it depends
'cause-
if they know what they're doing, if they understand the game that they're playing, then they can't get played. But if they think that, oh yeah, this girl, she really loves me and she just loves your car, I mean, you're an idiot and you're gonna get played because she's gonna sleep with somebody that she really likes.
Yeah. So, okay, so all right, because I think the BMW thing was a good point actually, because I think that's, if I had to make an educated guess, I would say at that point that's probably when they get the most girls, when they get a bit up and they get the insurance in the car, and you get what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
But if we talk about just growing up as well, like in school or any like social environment before, like money even is a question in life, like when you're in secondary school or whatever, or college or sixth form, whatever, they're not like, I don't think they're getting attention like that. I'm a black guy, you know. I'm saying this as a black guy. I'm not. I'm not some
I
Asian
know.
guy that's-
I know.
Like
I know.
I'm being dead serious. I don't think they're getting much. Not even just ratings that you don't even get thought about really in the dating scene like that. That's what
Yeah,
I don't know.
but what are you talking about? By white girls and by black girls and stuff, and mixed race girls?
Mainly them, but I think a lot, because I've
Yeah,
chatted to
but
quite a few-
like, really and truly, I don't think, like, honestly, yeah, I don't think they care though that much. Like,
yeah,
maybe
but-
they might want white girls. I'm not gonna lie, they might want white girls.
I would
yeah.
agree with that. I would
But
agree with that.
like, I don't think they care about the other women not caring about them.
Yeah,
Because and the
I'm-
reason why I don't think in Asian guys will care that much is because they know that they're gonna get a woman in their own community anyway.
eventually, yeah.
Like,
At some
it's
a
more or
guarantee.
less a no, I can't say that. I can't say it's a guarantee, but like, there's a high chance that they will get wifed up. They will get a wife.
Yeah, it might not
They'll
be who
find
they want to be
someone.
with, but-
Someone's gonna find
Yeah.
someone for them, bruv. But
Yeah,
what does
yeah,
that happen
100%.
amongst black people? No.
No,
Even
that's
even
true,
even black
that's true.
even let me add this, yeah. Even black guys who are Tyrones, yeah. Even black guys that are Tyrones that sleep with bare girls, bro. I know guys like that. One of my good friends is like that, bro. And guess what? He's still single, blood.
Yeah, I hear that.
And a lot of guys that are Tyrones, they're gonna this is some real stuff that you don't really hear from any other YouTubers that talk about stuff. A lot of Tyrones are gonna end up single.
Yeah.
A
And,
lot,
yeah,
bro. I
yeah.
think about this thing. I think about it for my own life. I think, raw, like, I don't want to end up like, just I don't have no woman, like, and no family, like. I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
about
just-
that, bro. Like that, like, yeah, you want to sleep with different women. You go on the gram, your Instagram explore page shows you all these buns all over. Like, you get me, all these exotic chicks and all of these. And you're thinking, raw, I want that one, I want that one, I want that one. But bro, at the end of the day, fam, as I said, I'll say it again. A lot of Tyrones are gonna end up single, bro. They're just gonna be there, just having empty entanglements forever.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
they'll end up with a woman they don't really like at the end. That's what will happen.
Yeah, after all them bodies, after all them, after all the experiences, after all of
Yeah.
that.
So who's really
Yeah.
winning in the end?
when you say I hear that.
No. Yeah, it's just as the way I said it, bro. Who's winning in the end, bro? Because really, truly,
Yeah,
yeah, you see, bro. Let me tell you
That's a
something, bro.
different
I
argument,
can
you know, that's a
assume,
different-
I can assume you've had girls, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
As a guy that's had a lot of box, yeah, it really
Yeah.
don't mean nothing. Once you sleep with someone, and then
It's dead. It's dead.
it's once you go home, it's done. It's done.
Yeah, it's
It's done.
mission
It's
complete,
done,
bro. Mission
bruv.
complete. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the next times you sleep with them will never be like the first time you slept with them. It will never be
Yeah,
the
yeah,
same.
yeah.
Never.
And I've realized recently as well, like if like doing it with someone you care about is completely different to doing it with someone you have no.
Yes.
Like,
When
it's so
you're
different.
actually you feel the emotion with that
Yeah,
person.
yeah, it's so
Like
different, yeah.
bro, like I was thinking about some chick. Do you know what's mad? Because I was on Instagram, I was just looking. You know when you look at people's stories, I saw some girl that I smashed bare times, like,
Yeah.
And I was looking at it and I was thinking, rah, like, that. Yeah, I smashed you, but so what? Like it's like it's just because there's no attachment there. It's just
Yeah, it's just whatever in it.
it's
yeah.
whatever. This
Yeah.
is what these guys on these other YouTubers that everybody watches, they don't talk about it because they're not really that thing. They're not real.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
now I'm not saying
Yeah.
it like, oh yeah, you lot need to get married for the first woman you find. I'm not saying that, but the reality is when you sleep with loads of girls, it's actually very empty. It doesn't mean anything because as soon as you
Yeah.
get that post nut clarity, bruv, it's just, oh, that's
Yeah.
it.
Because a little bit of that kind of sparked this conversation actually. Because I was I kind of like my Asian things. I ain't gonna lie, like I ain't gonna front. They're kind of my little shit right now. So like I was messing with this Asian thing and I was just asking her like,
Hello?
because we were chatting on like a level, like a normal level, like having a good conversation and stuff like that. And I was saying to her like, do Asian girls even go for Asian guys anymore? Because I don't really see that like in local area type stuff. And she was saying like not really, like a lot of Asian things are looking elsewhere. Really, a lot of them. They don't really respect-
Looking for black guys, yeah?
No, not even that. Looking for white. Not even that. Looking for white.
Yeah, but yeah.
Like,
But this is
I'm
the thing.
not
The white guys. This is why, like, white guys for the most part. This is all the dating advice that white guys need. Yeah, basically, be confident and don't be fat.
Yeah, athletic.
That's
yeah.
that's pretty much it. Bro, not even athletic, bro. Just don't be fat and be
Well,
confident.
yeah. I think we can both agree that they're winning by far. Like by
They
far.
across the world, cuz bro, the white man could go Africa and you will scrape up, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
He could go South America, scrape up. You can go East Asia, he scrape up. That's it.
That I think we can definitely agree on that. I think we can definitely agree. But I think the debate's good though. I do think the Asian guys still get the worst though. But I think it's either way. It's not far apart. It's not miles apart.
Nah, I hear
it's
that.
It's definitely close. But I just think in the generic sense, if you put like a black guy and an Asian guy in the same generic room, the black guy's getting more. He might not get way more. He might not get way more, but he's getting more than the Asian guy, in my opinion. I think so. Because even like sports and like our build and just think that we have more of an advantage than them in that field as well. Like we have a few more things that are more attractive.
with 304s, bro. With 304s.
Yeah, but it's still girls though.
I get that, but like those are not quality women, bro.
Yeah, but we're not talking about-
your argument is based on what being able to attract like low value women, bruv. That's your argument. Which I get your argument. It's fair because like to be honest, most of these things that I've messed with that was just here and gone, like really truly was they quality? Well, they just ducked out and they just obviously I didn't want to wifey them up, so obviously they must not have been of that high value in my mind, didn't it? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so,
true.
So, but at the end of the day, like, as I said, when you see a lot of Asian guys, when you see them out there, a lot of times they'll have a girl with them. Even if they're in their group, they'll have a couple girls with them, bro.
True. Okay, so I think we can agree that the higher the value of the woman, the more equal it becomes. But if we're talking for low value, we could probably get more than the Asian guy.
Yeah, that's because of I get that.
Would you agree with that?
I get that.
Would you
Because
say-
we
I
got
think that's fair.
Yeah, I think that's fair, but like I would still say that the biggest difference which makes it so that black men have it harder is because dating within our community is way more treacherous and difficult
Yeah.
than
Yeah.
Asian guys in their community. I mean, I hear what you said about you've messed with Asian girls and they said they're not really checking for Asian guys, but obviously she wasn't checking for Asian guys because she was messing with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you go and do market research amongst just random Asian girls out there. I think it'll be different, fam.
Nah, true. It's only been a couple. I ain't got a wide like set of anecdotal research to go off. But
Yeah,
you're
no,
probably
that's
right.
fair enough. That's fair enough because like this is the thing. Again, it's just a fact of like I believe that most Asian girls, their culture just works for them. Like it works for the guys within the outside of the community. Yeah, it's gonna be hard for them. Yeah.
Yeah.
But within their community, it's going to be easier than it is for us within our community. That's what I truly believe that. Because just for the fact that you don't need to be super tall, you don't need to be a criminal, you don't need to be swag, you don't need, like, just work your job, have a nice car, and you probably be all right, mate. You know what I mean? You have a wife, and she ain't going to run off. Because remember, the family as well, their women can't just go and do any nonsense, bro. Like it's like against their culture. Do you get it? But anyway, let me move to another caller, my brother. I think he's gone. Big up Marley, man. Big up Marley.
Take care, bro. Take care.
All right, take care, my brother. Take care.
Bless.
All right, big up Marley. Big up Brum. Big up Birmingham. Yeah, big up all my brothers in Birmingham, man. Trust me. All right, make sure you're all liking this video. This is an excellent live stream, man. This is quality right now, yeah. Make sure you all like the video. This is gonna be the one still. Yeah, because we're talking about some real stuff. All right, Josh. Going once, going twice, gone. All right, Snapshot.
I was just about to log off. How you doing? You all right?
I'm good, my bro. Sorry about that, man.
Nah, no worries, man. No worries. I wanted to just backtrack a little bit to something you said earlier about, black guys having to really be mindful about who they're dating. And I want to take that a step further. It's not just who you're dating, but it's also their family members you need to keep an eye on. Because we all saw what happened last September with that young black guy in Dubai. Do you remember that story? Yep. And
I swear he's still there.
He is. I think he got sentenced to like a year or two in prison out there. And it was really unfair because him and the girl, exact same age except for a couple of weeks. He had turned 18 and the girl was still 17, but they had relations while they was out there. And when the mum found out, she waited until her and her daughter got back in the UK to call the authorities in Dubai and get him arrested, because the law out there is you're an adult, she's a child. Even though over here, it would be perfectly consensual because they're over the age.
So the mum made sure to stitch him up properly, like.
Yeah, exactly. That young man is never going to be the same again.
Oh, absolutely not.
He's
God
in
knows,
prison in
only
country.
God knows what's gonna happen to him in that prison, bruv.
In that place, and I gotta say, like, as a black community, I kind of feel like not enough of us are putting pressure on our politicians to get that young man out of there, because I'm seeing people are willing to go march for Chris Kaba and all these other roadmen nutcases, but here's a young man that ain't really done anything wrong. Do you know what I mean? And it just feels like we've just abandoned him, basically. But that might be taking the conversation off into a different sort of tangent. But I hear what you're saying when you make the claim that dating is hardest for black guys, because you just have to have every box ticked, every I dotted seems like just to have that conversation with just an average woman. Do you know what I mean? Like you have to be. It's not enough for you to just be working a 9 to 5. You gotta have some stupid side hustle that's bringing in 6 figures and all of this kind of stuff. And it's some of the stuff I see on social media. I'm thinking to myself, are these paid actors? Because do people actually really think that?
Think I deserve this and never settle and blah blah blah. And it's just, bro, I actually got, because I was doing like the little reactions to all these TikToks. I was actually getting sick and tired of doing it. I couldn't. It was actually making me feel tired, mentally drained listening to those TikToks, bro. Like, it was just like,
I can imagine.
How do you think? How does your brain work? How did you come to these conclusions? How? Your past does not even reflect what you're talking about. Like, your past resume is terrible. Like, and you think that you deserve that this pinnacle guy and all these other guys, if any guy that doesn't match up to that expectation is beneath you. You're a joker. Do you understand there's more women than there's men on this planet? It's just that the guys that are around you are in the wrong location. That's why a lot of guys turn passport bros.
Yeah, and they won't consider the fact. Well, none of them want to share a guy anyway. So
but they will end up sharing Tyrone. They will, by force.
Oh yeah, definitely. But on the subject of passport bros, in your opinion, are they winning?
They can be. They can be, but like, I haven't been around, or I don't know any passport bros personally to know. I just go off what I see and what I watch and what I hear and stuff like that, and like my own experience traveling, living in the States and traveling to other countries and dealing with women from other countries and asking them what it's like if I was over there, how would women treat me and stuff like that. But I think that, bro, at the end of the day, most of these guys are paying for box, bro. In my opinion,
that's my perception of it, because it just seems to me like it's sex tourism.
Yeah.
And one advice I always give to young guys,
I wouldn't say all the time.
No,
not all the time. But I think majority are gonna be paying. I think. But the thing is, sorry to cut you off. The thing is about it is that we all pay in one way or another. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But their one is like more. To me, it seems more transactional. Like the women are. They may be attracted to you. Maybe you are a good-looking guy. You're a passport bro. You're a good-looking guy. But the element of you're coming with first world money. That is going to be a big incentive for them women to talk to you. Do you get what I'm saying? Because they're looking at you like he's got money, and if you're good-looking as well, that's just a bonus, isn't it? Yeah, like they can actually sleep with you and feel good about it.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
And that's the difference between when you say we all pay. Like, of course, I'll pay to take my missus out to the movies and the dinner and stuff, but I'm not paying her to be there. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm paying because we're both going together and we're already in a relationship. Those passport bros, from what I've seen on the social media videos, it's like they to me, they break the number one rule that a guy shouldn't do, and that's lead with your wallet. I always say to young men, you should never lead with your wallet, and I always say to young women, you should never lead with your body.
But this is the thing. This is the thing. Someone could counter what you're saying by saying, okay, cool, but even with what you've just said, you are still paying for your woman, so you are still you're still paying, but those women over there, they treat passport bros better than the women that are here. Do you get what I'm saying? They're getting more value. So they would say they're getting more value for their money than you are. That's what they would say.
See, I would totally disagree with that, because she's only there because you've got money. If I'm sick tomorrow, my missus is bringing me chicken soup and she's helping me get better and stuff. I don't necessarily have to pay her to do that. But those women that they're talking to in these developing world nations, they're only there because you've got money. The minute that paper dries up, or the minute you're not splashing that on it, she's on to the next guy, because there's another American tourist or another UK tourist in town, and she may as well go get that. It's like an escort. An escort might make you feel like she's treating you like you're the
GFE
best guy on earth,
experience.
but she's only there because you paid for her to be there. It's a
So
different
basically,
type
what
of-
you're saying is these passport bros, they go to other countries to get the girlfriend experience.
that's what it seems like to me. But you know, I mean, I don't know whether they're winning in the fact that long term, what are they getting out of it? Because the older a man gets, the more he gets concerned with legacy and what he's leaving behind. And a lot of guys, deep down, they want a family. I believe a lot of guys want a family. They want kids and stuff like that. And I just don't know, like, how long you can. I don't know that guys doing that are actually finding anything meaningful, or if they know that they could fully believe that the person that they're with is really genuinely into them. I just don't know how they can determine that.
Yeah, but but people could say that's the same as like women that are here. You don't know, like.
But with women that are here or women that you are in a relationship with, one, you're spending time with them, and you know you build.
Yeah, but
that
you're spending
bond.
time with those women as well, though.
Yeah, but you're not spending. Yeah, but you're not spending. You're not spending quality time. You're not spending time where you're investing in like getting to know their family, or you're inviting them over for Christmas dinner, or it's not like that.
I mean, if you are a passport bro and you're just going somewhere for 3 months, or you're going there for a weekend holiday week, then obviously everything's empty. These are all empty interactions, innit? Yeah. But some of these guys are actually, when they're passport bros, they're gone. Like, they're actually actively trying to move to these places. They're trying to find a way out. Like, a lot of people, like, I don't know if you've noticed, but a lot of people are looking for ways out of the UK. They want to leave.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, and so this is the majority of those people that are trying to leave the UK, they're going to be single people.
Yeah.
They're going to be single men, really, for the most part.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So they're going to go over to these countries and set up a new life there, and then find a woman there. Now essentially, when the man moves to these other new countries, he's still a passport bro in a sense, but now he's going to be actually putting down roots where he is now, and then he can do the quality time and blah 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 blah. Like, I think it's possible it can work. I'll be honest with you. I actually think it's possible. Like, passport bros can work. I think you lot in the chat, let me know what you think as well about this. Do you think passport bros, it works, or do you think that they're just deceiving themselves? And also, everybody like the video. Not enough likes. 50 of you could like the video right now. Let's get 50 of you to like the video if you haven't done so. But carry on, bro.
Now, is it a fact of just because they've gone to another country and met someone that automatically makes them a passport bro, or is it about the type of women that they're meeting and the type of arrangements that they have set up makes them a passport bro?
I think if you were born and raised, or you like permanently reside in one country, and you basically just leave and go somewhere else in search of like maybe the potential of finding your partner, I think that's passport bros.
Okay.
I think most people would say that's. I mean, I'm just guessing, but I would assume most people would think that's passport bros, because you're leaving your home to basically find a woman.
Right.
Like,
okay. So where I work, I see a lot of older white guys with Asian wives that they've met later on in life. Almost like those, I don't want to say like mail order brides or anything, but it's almost, it kind of gives me that sort of vibe. Like,
I know what you mean. I see them. Yeah, I see them about. Yeah.
Is that the same sort of thing as passport bros, or is that something a bit different?
Is the man the man has not left his country?
I guess he had left to go and marry the girl, woman, and bring her back, but she's definitely not from here. But they are.
I think technically, I would say he is a passport bro, because he went somewhere else to find a woman, married her, and then he brought her back. He did passport bros. He's not, when he's back home and he's married to her.
Yeah.
He's not a passport bro at that point, because he's at home. But
Right.
to achieve that household, he had to be a passport bro at some point.
Right. But he's made a conscious decision that I want to find someone to marry and be with me and companionship and all of that stuff. And the passport bros to me just seem like they're like younger guys that still like to go out clubbing. There's nothing wrong with it, like, you know, and all of that, and partying and having a good time, you know, and things like that. And I just
sleeping around, man. They just
they
want to sleep with
young guys might
they want to sleep with women that they could never get in at home.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. But sorry, but just to go back to the dating thing with the black guys, what I tend to find is a lot of black guys near where I live as well, like the quality of when they're dating outside of the race, like the women that they're with, they just never, not all of them, but a lot of them just seem to be with women where you just think,
what are you doing,
I'm sure
bro?
you could do better. I'm sure you could.
Yeah, just do better, man. Respect yourself, bro.
Yeah, because me and my missus were standing like in town, and there was this guy with a girl like that, and he was doing everything he could to just avoid eye contact with us. like he was just like looking up and down and just sort of
is your girlfriend black as well?
Yeah, mine is.
Yeah, that's just he didn't want to see you lot, bro.
And don't get me wrong, interracial relationships don't offend me at all. Like, I think we're all only here once, and if you find someone that you're there with for whatever,
yeah. No, definitely. Let me just say this as well.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, let me say this as well. Like, like I just want everyone to be very clear. Like, this video, this live stream is not to tell anybody what to do. Yeah. I'm literally just giving you lot the data that I've accumulated up to this point in life in terms of dating in my community and outside. Either way you go, you're gonna face problems. Yeah. So I'm just letting you know the landscape, bro. But at the end of the day, do whatever makes you happy, and if whoever makes you happy, go with them. Even if they're not up to my looks level, who cares what I think, bro? It don't matter. Do you get what I'm saying? But like, going back to what you said, man, like, bro, this is what I'm saying. This is why I said, like, you got these guys that I guarantee, give it a week, come back to this video, look in the comments, you will see there's gonna be some black guys that are gonna come out there and start dissing me, saying, "Oh, King Richards, talk for yourself. I get loads of bad bees. I get all these white girls. They love us, man. They love us. I don't know about the UK," because a lot of times it'll be American guys that will say that. Yeah, they'll be like, "I don't know about the UK, but we get all the bad," and I'm like, blood, with your faceless avatar, no video, no nothing to prove what you're saying, bro. Everybody's seen me talk to girls. Yeah. Everybody's seen me talk to girls. Everyone see me flirt with girls. Everybody see me approach girls. So,
now, in your experience,
like, bruh, like, man can't really talk to me about girls, really. I know what I'm talking about, fam. But go on.
In your experience, when you've dated a non-black woman, have you had many opportunities to meet their family?
A non-black woman? What, the ones I dated as in that?
I just wanted to know, like,
actually, but I felt uncomfortable.
Right. See, that's the thing, that it's it's just not as it for me when
it's not smooth. It's not smooth.
Yeah. It's just not. It's not horrible, but it's just not smooth. But when I have dated other black women and meeting their family, it's just been just easier. Like, it's just
obviously I've dated, like, you know, black, English, African girls, Caribbean girls, met their family, smooth. You get me? Obviously black American women gonna met their family, smooth. Yeah. Like, but like when it's been like non-black, like let me be honest. Sometimes the family's been cool. Depends who you're talking to, innit? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, usually the mum will be cool, innit? Yeah. Yeah. The dad is what's it? Flip of a coin. You don't know what the dad's gonna be like, or the brothers. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you don't know how they're gonna take you, bruv. And to be honest, you will never know what they really think about you. You will never know unless the girl comes and tells you, oh, actually, my dad hates you. Why does he hate me? Because you're black. Like, it's unlikely you're ever gonna know what the conversations they had about you in terms of race. But there's other ways they might be passive about it, like, oh, what does he do? What is he into? Like, has he ever been in trouble before? Like blah blah blah, like those kind of things. But at the end of the day, you got to think of it like this: there is a racist aspect to it, but then there's a protection aspect to it, because black men have a certain type of stereotype that kind of follows us about, and that's true. And a lot of times we actually perpetuate our own stereotypes. So
that's true.
What do you expect?
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? Like, and this is what I said earlier about, media representation. There needs to be more examples of black guys. They don't have to be superheroes. They don't have to be super rich. They could be normal, humble, modest money black guys who successfully have relationships with women, attractive women. Yeah. Once you start putting that out there, and it's not just flipping basketball players that get the most attractive women, once you start putting normal looking black guys winning, just like how they do with white guys, because they do that all the time. Then the society's view of black men will change. Do you get what I'm saying? In the community and outside the community.
Yeah, absolutely. The last thing I'll just say is like, I have got like a couple of friends that have said to me that when they've met their non-white partner's family, it's just dawned on them immediately that their family and his family just weren't going to get on. So there was just no point in even carrying on anything. And I just wonder if a lot of these black guys even consider that before they get too far in the relationship.
They don't care, bro. They don't care.
They don't, man.
They're just reenacting all their favorite scenes they saw on the hub. They're reenacting all their favorite scenes. So they don't care, fam.
Oh, man.
Like, and listen, I'm not gonna lie, I've been like that too, bruv. Yeah. You dealing with one of these chicks, you're just reenacting what you saw on one site. Starts with B, finishes with act.
Yep.
Yeah.
And she's probably doing the same as well.
Yeah, she's probably doing the same thing as well. Like, do you get what I'm saying? But like, when it comes to an actual serious, this is who I'm gonna be with and start my legacy with them, you gotta really think about it seriously. It's not just, do you fancy them, bro?
Yeah.
It's actually because there's the other aspect. Sometimes you could be attracted to someone, but your cultures just they clash too heavily, bro. And sometimes that's not even just like, your ethnicity. Sometimes it's just your background. Like you can have some black people, their culture won't go good with other black people, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's mad, bro. Like, but I hear that though. But a lot of black guys, man. They're just delusional blood.
Yeah, man. And we got to be honest. Some of them wanna they want to integrate into another community. They want their kids to, look more like their partner than themselves and stuff. And that's just the reality, isn't it? Like, there are people in our community that do think like that,
Yeah.
Anyway, before I shoot off, I just want to say congratulations on your boxing debut. I saw it on IG that you
had.
Come on,
big up! But I appreciate you,
man.
Bro.
Well done, man. Well done. Like, because it's not easy to get into the ring and stuff. And you know what I mean. I know it was your first fight. You won that, didn't you?
Yeah.
So well done, man. Well done for that, man. It's good to see.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man. It was an experience. Like, obviously, I've got more coming up and just.
Oh, you're gonna do some more, are you?
Yeah, bro. We only just started, fam. This is, bro. Like this, bro. We are training hard. I don't have off season.
Oh, that's good, man. That's good.
Yeah,
that's
man's
good.
doing
I was thinking about doing it for charity as well, but I think I'm a bit too old for that now.
But, I mean, hey, listen, do whatever is safe. That's what I'll say. Just safety is always the most important thing. Ego can just go and take a rest, bruv. You know what I'm saying?
But it was inspiring to see, man. So well done, man.
I appreciate that. That was the like That was the motive as well, like to inspire. Like, but do you know why I did the what? Do you know why I'm now into boxing? Because I felt like up until that point, I used to say a lot of stuff like, you lot, these guys can't kick my ass and da da da. I used to say bare things, yeah, like that was kind of aggressive, and then like sometimes I would get some pushback, like, yeah, well, I'll kick your ass or da da da. Like I used to get pushback from, and I was thinking, nah, I'm gonna have to show these lot, bruv. I can't talk about it no more. I don't want to be a talker. I don't want to be one of those talkers, bro. So like, like,
boxing is one of those sports I wish I found when I was younger. Like, because I do some training with it, and like I always enjoy it every time I do it. And it's an illusion to think that it's you against the other person, but really and truly it's you against yourself in there. Because you can't be laxed and doing the same thing over and over again, because the guy's gonna clock you.
Yeah, because so they'll just Oh, that was on point where you said it's you versus you. It's so
it's
true,
like every
bro.
time
let me tell you one thing about let me tell you one thing about my fight, because I'm sure you saw the guy was a lot bigger than me as well, like in the fight I didn't feel anything. Nah, I don't know if that's maybe I am strong. I know I'm strong, but like I didn't feel anything, bro. Like so it is like it's your when you're in the fight, you're thinking, bro. Like you have to think, but at the same time, you got to remember, keep your hands up. You have to keep your chin down, keep your hands up. Like you have to remember so much things while someone's trying to hit you and you're trying to hit them, but you're trying to hit them and avoid them. Like, bruv. Your brain's moving in overdrive. Like, and then your coach is shouting at you.
Have you seen that film Green Street?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, right. So in that, Elijah Wood said something like, once you've taken a few hits a couple of times and you realize you're not made of glass, you don't feel like you're yourself unless you're pushing yourself to the limit every day. And that is one of the things that kind of like help me break the barrier of not being afraid to get hit when I get in the ring. Do you know what I mean? Like
you can't be you just got to get over that. You got to get over it. You're going to get hit. 100%.
Absolutely.
Even if you're in the ring with someone that's not good, you're going to get hit. You absolutely are. So just accept it before you even walk in there. Before you even leave your house, accept it.
Absolutely. And the other thing I say as well is, don't be afraid of losing. And I'm not saying that as you're going in the ring expecting to lose. It's just that don't be afraid of losing. Just doesn't mean that you can get into the zone, because what I'm seeing with a lot of these, particularly American boxers, is that a lot of them are scared to lose their O, their zero. And none of the greats left without L's on their record. Do you know what I mean? Like, but these younger guys, no one wants to lose their O, and because of that, they're taking on weaker and weaker competition, and they themselves aren't getting any better because they're blowing past these dudes that can't compete with them. They're not pushing themselves. They're not in that stretch zone. Do you know what I mean?
This is why I always liked Mike Tyson, because he never backed away from no one, bro. It don't matter who you are, bro. And he took his L's, and he took it, and he took his L's, and that was it. And he was still regarded as one of the greatest heavyweight boxers of all time, bro. Like, and that's it.
Exactly.
So, like, I mean, you just really need to conquer fear, like that. And that's why I like, whether you do kickboxing, because someone in the chat said, go to kickboxing. No, I'm going to carry on with what I'm doing, actually. But whether you're doing kickboxing, boxing, MMA, wrestling, whatever it is, like, the first battle is your mental battle, and you got to conquer fear, bro, because that's just how it is, bro. Like, you get what I'm saying? You got to conquer fear, and you are going to get hit, and you're not going to die, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's it. But anyway, bro, is that it?
All right, man. Thanks, man. I've got to shoot, but it's good conversation, and I'll try to tap in a bit more regularly going forward in that, man, because I do enjoy our conversations.
Awesome. I appreciate you, man. You take care, yeah?
Yeah, you too, man. Look after yourself. All right, see ya.
All right, big up Snapshot, man. Big up to Snapshot. Hey, this has been awesome. Let me see where the likes are at on this video. Let me refresh this to see where we're at on the likes. Let's get the likes up. If you haven't hit the like button yet, do it now, bro. Like, fam, there's about 70 of you could hit the like button right now, man. Don't do the disservice, man. We're talking about real things. We were talking about boxing for a little while, but we're talking about real things. Anyway, there was another aspect I wanted to talk about in terms of this interracial thing, yeah? And what I noticed as well, yeah? Like, a lot of times, yeah, if you are in an environment, especially if you're in a non-black environment, right, and you're a black guy, and you come across a chick that, and she likes black guys, and she's talking about, oh, I only date black guys, blah, blah, blah. What you notice is the other black guys in your environment will know her as well, right? Because there's not that many of those non-black women walking around that are just into black guys. So they will tend to have had entanglements with all the black guys in the area. Yeah, you're probably one person removed from another guy that's probably been involved with her, and like that can be kind of annoying. Do you get what I'm saying? That could be very, very annoying. That's another aspect that, you know, is not really talked about very much. But all in all, I would say this, that like the majority of people, they date within their own group. They stick to their own. Yeah, we're talking about white people, black people, Asian. Majority of people stick to their own. I think that in the black community, there's a lot more turbulence in the black community between men and women than any other group, and that's one of the main factors why dating is hardest for black men over every other group. I think there is an added pressure that all black men have to be Tyrones, and if you're an average black guy, then you know you're just not sought after like that by anybody. You're just not that sought after. I think that another aspect I wanted to add, I nearly forgot. Nearly forgot this one. You lot like the video, nearly forgot this. This is very, 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 very interesting. If you live in an environment that is predominantly white and you come across mixed race, biracial women, especially the ones that are in their prime, those ones definitely don't want to be involved with black guys. Press 1 in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. Press 1 in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. And in the chat, do not derail the conversation to talk about some other crap or you will be blocked. This is not your channel. This is my channel. We're talking about this topic. All right? So, boom. In a predominantly non-black area, right? If you come and you're a black guy and you come across mixed race women, girls, yeah, I'd say the majority of them do not date black guys and they will not talk to you. In fact, they will look at you like you are a gorilla. All right, this is something I've noticed from a long time ago. I noticed that a long time ago, bro. Yeah, like, fam, fam, it's just, it is what it is, bro. Like, in fact, you've got more higher chance of you dating a white girl in a predominantly white area than a mixed race girl. You have a higher chance of getting a white girl there than the mixed race girls there. And you would think, oh no, she's mixed, you know, maybe her dad's black or her mum's black, so, you know, so we can relate on that level. No, bro. She wants white boys, bruv. The mixed race girls, they want white boys, the majority of them. Right? And in fact, you try and approach them, they're gonna run away from you. They're gonna be acting like you are some gum that's stuck to the bottom of their shoe, bruv. I'm just being real. I've seen this so many times, bro. So, and some of them are really, really attractive. But bro, they're trying to get as far away from black as possible, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, but that's just that. But yeah, anyway, so all in all, listen, guys, it's not all doom and gloom. As a black guy, you can find a woman out there. You know, there's like more women on this planet than there are men. But I'm just saying the truth is that I believe that dating is of greater difficulty for black men because of the dynamic of dating within our community and the pressures that are put on black men to be certain types or fulfill certain requirements, which are just like, you know, I just don't think other races of men have to face those kind of requirements. But anyway, with that being said, please make sure you all like the video. It will help the video get farther on the YouTube platform. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know if you agree, disagree, your experiences, etc., etc. This has been a very interesting live stream. I hope you lot enjoyed it, and I'll be putting out more videos as usual. So you lot take care, and yeah, take care of yourselves. I'm out of here. Peace.